In the small remote village of Nakambe, nestled deep within the heart of the African jungle, there lived a pair of twins unlike any the villagers had ever seen. Their names were Nuru and Nia, and from the moment they were born, strange things began to happen. The night they came into the world, the sky turned blood red, and a violent storm swept through the village. The wind howled like a pack of angry spirits, trees bent and snapped like twigs, and lightning struck so close that the villagers feared their huts would catch fire. Even the village shaman, wise and fearless, had whispered to the chief, "These children are marked by the Onihye, the ancient spirits of vengeance. Beware." As they grew older, the twins became the talk of the village. Nuru, the boy, had eyes as dark as night, while Nia's eyes shone with an eerie amber glow that seemed to pierce through anyone who dared to look at her for too long. They were inseparable, always found together, whispering in a language no one could understand. When they laughed, the wind would pick up, and animals would scatter as if running from some unseen force. Strange occurrences followed them wherever they went. Crops would wither overnight, fires would extinguish themselves, and livestock would vanish without a trace. It was said that even the most ferocious lions avoided the twins, giving them a wide berth if they roamed too close to the village outskirts. The villagers began to believe that the twins were cursed, sent by the Onihye to bring destruction upon them. One day, a group of hunters, brave and foolish, decided they had had enough of living in fear. They approached the village chief, demanding that the twins be cast out into the wilderness. "They are evil," the hunters declared, "and they will bring ruin to us all if they remain." The chief, a wise man torn between the will of his people and his own doubts, decided to consult the village shaman. "What should we do?" the chief asked, his voice heavy with concern. The shaman, her eyes clouded with age and wisdom, warned, "To cast them out is to anger the Onihye. But to keep them here may lead to something far worse. The Onihye do not forgive easily." Despite the shaman's warning, the chief gave in to the hunters' demands. Nuru and Nia were brought before the village council, their faces expressionless as the verdict was delivered. They were to be taken deep into the jungle, far beyond the reach of the village, and left there to fend for themselves. The villagers watched as the twins were led away. Some felt a pang of guilt, while others were relieved, believing they were finally free of the curse. But as the days passed, an uneasy silence settled over the village. The animals grew restless, the crops withered further, and the air felt heavy, as if the jungle itself were holding its breath. Then, one night, the village was awakened by a deep, rumbling sound. The ground trembled, and the trees groaned as if they were alive. Out of the darkness emerged Nuru and Nia, their eyes glowing with a terrifying light. They stood at the edge of the village, silent and unmoving, their presence sending waves of fear through the hearts of everyone who saw them. "You have cast us out," Nia's voice echoed through the night, though her lips did not move. "Now the Onihye will have their revenge." Before anyone could react, the sky darkened once more, and a storm unlike any the village had ever seen descended upon them. The winds howled with the fury of 1,000 spirits, tearing roofs from huts and uprooting ancient trees. The villagers screamed and ran, but there was nowhere to hide. In the midst of the chaos, Nuru and Nia walked through the village, untouched by the storm. Their eyes glowed brighter and brighter, until in a blinding flash, they vanished into the night, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. The next morning, the village was in ruins. The once proud village of Nakambe was reduced to rubble, and the people whispered in fear, knowing that they had angered the Onihye beyond repair. From that day forward, no one dared to speak the names of Nuru and Nia. They became legends, ghosts of the jungle, forever feared by all who knew their story. And it was said that on stormy nights, if you listened closely, you could still hear the twins laughing, their voices carried on the wind, reminding the world of the power they held.